Welcome to the Agency Insider Show. I'm your host Navneet Kaushal, and I'm thrilled to bring you another exciting episode where we dive deep into the world of digital marketing and entrepreneurship. Today we have a very special guest joining us, Kalin Karakehayov. Kalin is a renowned entrepreneur, founder of SEO.Domains, and a leading expert in SEO.Domains, link building, and the psychology of entrepreneurship. Yes, it does exist. With a portfolio of over 200,000 domains and years of experience in SEO strategy, Kalin has truly revolutionized the way we think about domain acquisition and link building. Kalin, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of SEO.Domains and link building, I would love for our audience to hear about your journey. What inspired you to venture into the world of SEO and domain acquisition?
I used to be a professional chess player. When I was growing up, I was top 1,000 in the world, which is semi-professional. I could make decent money as a chess coach, but it was kind of boring. It was nice working with kids, but then I got bored explaining the same thing over and over again to different kids. But I had to create a website for my chess club. And this is when I first encountered the digital space. I learned a bit of HTML, WordPress, and then I tried to increase traffic to the website. That's when I kind of did SEO before I knew I was doing it. I was trying to get some backlinks. This was way ago in 2007.
Okay.
And gradually, the chess thing became an afterthought. I quit chess, then I quit the coaching. I started making websites, but SEO was really something that caught my attention because it seemed that with a small effort one time, you can then rank and have traffic for a long ongoing period. It seems like a very good deal. So I was really into SEO for a few years. I had something like a small agency. I worked with clients. But then I discovered link selling, which was even better because with link selling, you had a very short transaction. You got some money, especially with link rentals. You got some long-term subscription money from a client, and you just need to keep the website indexed and keep the link live, which seemed like an even better deal because then you could just do nothing but create endless websites. So this is how I started building PBNs. At the beginning, everything was great. Then 2012, 2013, Google had very evil manual editors in Bulgaria. So they targeted me personally. Something that has also happened to Carlos Sloat and other SEO people. It was a personal targeting, so everything that was on my whois doesn't matter if it was a PBN or something else, or even just a cute website for something that I like. Everything, my cat is being naughty.
That's cute.
So everything that I had built basically got de-indexed. First with false reconsideration, some got re-indexed, but in the end they just de-indexed everything, kind of seemed permanent. They would not answer to any reconsideration request. And then I changed the strategy. I changed some of the websites into like super non-profit looking websites that didn't have any outgoing links, it didn't look like PBN, then I found considerations. Then when Google rejected them, I made big screenshots of the rejections and made the switch open letter that Google is evil, that the manual action team is just targeting people, not websites. And I just tried to make a big fuss about it. It kind of worked. The penalty stopped. It turns out that even back in 2013, everyone already hated Google. And especially the Google ads people, the AdWords back then, guys, they were like, "Oh, Google is the worst," and I was like, "I didn't expect the support from you guys, but apparently, like, Google is making your life hard too." So I got kind of support. Open letter got more than 10,000 views in a short time. There were a lot of posts on social media. I advocated for people to install AdBlock, saying that this is the only way to hurt Google. And a lot of people in Bulgaria did. This was when YouTube was only becoming popular, and when people discovered that they can block the ads on YouTube, they were very happy. And so on. I got rid of the penalties for a few years, but building a huge CDN seemed risky again, since I had lost the majority of it. So what we did was we thought, can we just give people the domains and scale this as much as we can, and then people will build their own CDNs and they will take the risk of being indexed. We can have a one-time transaction just selling the domains. So this was the continuation of the process we started, I think 2 years earlier, 2012. I had already started hunting for domains. It was very easy back then. There were good domains even available in more weirder extensions. But 2014, we decided, okay, we make the major shift. Now the domains are going to be the main thing, not the link selling. And we basically became a domain company. The most interesting thing is that we got some seed funding. So we convinced, like not VC investors, smaller amount, seed level, but still tech investment funds that invested into tech startups. We convinced them that SEO is tech and that spam is profitable, and that they can invest in basically our CDN resource finding domain machine. And this investment was a very good verification that this thing can actually work. With the investment, we went to scale up. And since then, it has been a slow but steady growth in the domain industry, learning more and more about domains. Because in the beginning, I knew a lot about SEO, but knew nothing about domains. Seems like a beautiful match of the industries, but I just didn't know what I was doing. So it was much slower growth than it could have been.
So, and since then, you have never looked?
Yes. Basically, we get more and more domains. Then we start working with non-SEO domains, good names, traffic domains. Our company is a very unique business model because everyone else is dealing with domains of certain kinds. There are top domainers that do only, for example, 2keywords.com, domains like topinsurance.com, domains that sound like this. And this is their specialty. They understand it. They buy and they sell, and they never look at anything else because this is already a huge market. We do something completely different. We are good at nothing, but we are also bad at nothing. So we have a general understanding of the domain industry and a lot of domains. So we have now some data, and we just look at what is so cheap that we can never lose money on this investment, even if we don't understand it. Maybe these domains are so cheap and so easy to get because no one really understands the value, or the people who understand the value, they are not able to catch them. The people who catch them, they don't see the value. We can catch them. We kind of see some value. We're not very, it's not based on reliable data or something. It's more on a trial and error. But when you get domains for $5, you get a lot. Eventually, some names will be good. Some will have traffic. Some backlink profiles will be attractive to SEO buyers. And we tried this and that's how we ended with 200,000 domains. And they don't follow any specific investment rule because this is basically an investment operation. We don't have any investment rule other than the super obvious buy cheap, sell expensive. So everything else is an improvisation. So maybe this year in Indonesia they will have gambling boom. Maybe the government banned their websites and they need new domains and they need to make churn and burn. And this is when the Indonesian domains become 10 times as more expensive. We should know it and we should catch this wave. Then maybe something happens in another country. Let's say in the other country they release their 1 and 2 letter domains. Then we're there. We scale our efforts to catch. We just try to be where there's no competition. That's the principle that our domain company is operating. Do things the most easy way, where there's less competition, and where there are easy wins, low-hanging fruit.
Okay. Now, so since since the inception of SEO.Domains, how has the website and how has your business evolved over time? Is it remained same as you'd said, or have you changed more in terms of business?
Well, it was mostly scaling. We started with just a few countries where it was very easy to get good domains. And then we gradually scaled first to the UK, then to most European countries. 2020, we started doing .com in basically every country. The only two countries which we don't, three countries maybe that from the big ones that we don't do: Russia, China, and Australia. Russia and China are very big markets, and it's very hard to get good domains. And
Yes.
Australia has some annoying regulations and
Yeah.
a very hostile
Right. Right.
yes.
Okay.
But in these markets we do cover, because we do have .coms with Russian links, .com with Chinese links, .com with Australian links. We just don't fight for the local TLDs, so the RU, the CNs, and the .com.au. But all the other world, every country, even if there's some small country somewhere, we try to get every domain possible. For example, 2 days ago, there was a good domain dropping in, I think it was Guatemala, and we made a special bot to try to fight for this domain. That was probably in Guatemala, there will be one good expiring domain a year. But we don't care. Like, if the value is there, we'll do our effort, no matter if it's a one-time opportunity, if it's a small country. Every market has a good strategy of how much we invest in order to get something back. We always invest a little, get some low-hanging fruit, and sometimes we invest a lot. For example, in the UK, we're still very invested, and we're one of the biggest drop catchers.
Okay. Now you've been doing since more than 10 years now. Now, have you seen the change in your buyer's profile? For example, when you started, I'm sure most of the PBN guys were taking it just for that. Now, so have you seen how these websites are used, or what kind of a customer base you have?
Yes, in the beginning, it was mostly PBNs. Then it got fashionable to build your money site on
Expired.
domain, and then do and also do redirect. So then we had a lot. Then we had a lot of those. Then in the 2023 HTU update, the normal affiliates got a big hit, but the gambling affiliates didn't get a hit because I guess it's just harder for Google to rank Reddit or Forbes for casino bonus or casino brands and stuff like that. Very niche keywords, different languages, different geos, a lot of brand keywords. So gambling didn't really take the same hit. And before we had 30% gambling, now it's I think about 60-70% gambling buyers. There's huge money to be made there. If you're wondering what needs to get in, I say gambling. I also have the suspicion that adult is a very good niche, but we do have some adult buyers, but not really on the same scale. But I do suspect that there are a lot of money there too. Everything that doesn't have Google Ads is the best possible choice, because then otherwise for like best air purify, you have from the top AI overviews, photos, ads, Google Shopping. It's just you have to scroll two screens down to see the organic results. While for gambling keywords, no ads usually. AI overviews would be risky, so I guess there will be much less of those. No Google Shopping, and you start with the organic results, which is a much better deal for the affiliate. Our buyers are naturally almost entirely affiliates. This is where the huge competition is, the big affiliate keywords. There are keywords, and they're not even in English. Some keywords in gambling affiliate that brings more than 1 million per month from first place just from one keyword. And when you add the long tail, it becomes 3 million. So crazy. This is in Sweden, for example. It's not a big country, but some keywords they bring crazy money in gambling affiliate. So a lot is invested. There are companies who have 7-figure monthly budgets for link building. in gambling affiliates, 7 figures per month, so more than $1 million. In this case, like every bit of link juice that you can squeeze becomes valuable. And since Domains bring a lot of link juice in basically one swing, very valuable for businesses.
Okay. Now, after specifically you mentioned SEO update, so what has I'm sure a lot of affiliate websites would have dropped, and is that the case? Because a lot of websites got hit by SEO. I'm sure a lot of businesses moved out of the affiliate business. So did you pick those domains as well?
No, actually, in SEO, it's not like other businesses. Like, for example, if a restaurant goes bust, they will stop paying their rent, they will get evicted, and something else will be there, another restaurant or something else. But in SEO, renewing your domain is so cheap, and affiliate websites don't really require maintenance, so they don't, let's say, vacate the space in economical terms. Everyone who got hit in 2023 still renews their domain, makes some maybe small money, and waiting for better days. They sell links, they do something, but no one will just let a website that requires no maintenance just vanish for when the maintenance cost is $10 per year. So actually, affiliate websites almost never expire. Yeah, they will get acquired or something. They will not be left to expire. But what often expires is great websites that see the end of their life cycle. Companies merging, companies going bankrupt, startups not managing to grow, a lot of events, a lot of government programs and other projects. There are lovely websites that are expiring, sadly, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
What we can do is profit, but if we don't profit, someone else will. It's just
okay. Now, so you've been described as one of the biggest domainer in the world. What does it take to build such a massive portfolio of domains? I'm sure so much inventory and so much money always keep invested getting those domains renewed. So what does it actually involve? Does it involve mind-boggling numbers, or how do you manage these bigger number?
our company is 120 people.
Okay.
So a lot of this goes into managing. We have a 7-people paperwork department that only does accounts, deposits, contracts, and just all of the paperwork surrounding because we handle the domains ourselves largely. We have our own registrars in, I think, more than 100 countries. We're very widely accredited because it's required for the catching, not all for the maintenance, but for the catching. And once you have, we have maybe more than 500 different accounts that hold our domains. So this requires a lot of maintenance, but this is actually, it's not a disadvantage. This is an advantage because it means that there are some really good catchers, so developers who can write a good catching script. But if creating the account in order to be able to catch the API, if this requires a ton of paperwork, this actually off-puts these very smart people who don't want to sign contracts, do technical tests, like get their financials audited and all of the stupid stuff that we're getting asked to do on a daily basis. So this is actually the advantage because it makes our business requires so many boring and annoying things that the competition is much less than it could be on just based on the market opportunity. So actually we hit the golden mine doing something that is not so hard to do, but boring, annoying, requires a long-term investment. For example, in order to be able to catch the .com and net and org, the big GTODs, you have to make an ICANN accreditation, and this takes about a year. Endless forms, processes, it's just bureaucracy, a year of bureaucracy and fees before you start actually taking back any return on the investment. And this is very off-putting to people because it's annoying, it's boring, it's long-term. It's also kind of insecure. You don't know, okay, I do A, so I will get B. You do A in order to have some chance to get something in the future. Of course, this chance averages over time, but you can never be sure that you will be able to get that exact domain. we had set cases like, okay, we are catching all of the domains in this extension, and here comes a domain that's worth $50,000, and suddenly someone else catches it. Like, and they never caught a domain before in this extension. It was just bad luck. But it has also happened the opposite. It has happened that we have bid an auction for a domain that just seems okay, and then it makes crazy money from traffic. We once won a $30 auction for domain. The domain made $156,000 from traffic. So 156,000 against an investment of 30, not 30,000, 30. So crazy wins possible in the domain world. If you try long enough, you eventually get those two. So yeah, the luck averages over time, but it's a tough field, great field economically, tough field psychologically. It's annoying, it's boring. You need a great team, otherwise you just get sick of it. So this is really a big advantage that we have.
Okay. Now, let's talk a bit about more about age domains. Now, age domains, of course, always been a hot topic in SEO, and some, of course, swear by them, others are skeptical, and you have built an empire around them. So let's break it down. What exactly is the difference between an age domain and an expired domain, or are they same when somebody's buying?
There used to be kind of a small difference. Before, people were doing case studies that domains that got to Dropcatch and Snap names had their creation date reset. That they perform a bit worse than domains from, let's say, GoDaddy auctions who didn't have the creation date reset. But then all of the country domains, Google doesn't check the creation date according to what we know. Some country domains, like for example in Germany, they don't even have a creation date included. So basically we can divide the domains into three categories. Age domains, like from GoDaddy auctions, good. Country domains, good, especially for the country in question. Of course, if you want to rank in UK, you need UK domains, otherwise it won't work. And then we have those domains that went for an auction but had also the expired domains preset. And it was very confusing because the age domains, people used to call them auction domains, but also domains go to auction without having the auction, meaning that they were assigning to them. So it was a big terminology mess. This has come better in the last years because it turned out that whatever was the difference between the dropped and the non-dropped domains, it's probably relevant in very specific cases, only for money sites, not for, let's say, PBNs and 301s. And in case of money sites, maybe only in case of you are being specifically aggressive with some more spammy content. If you do something more legit, it's fine also with a drop domain. And in the end, just we all gave up on this stupid terminology, and we call everything age domains. We call the expired domains, the domains from the auction, the country domains, everything is an age domain because it has age. This is the best terminology. If you want specifically to say if the domain was from an auction with drop or auction without drop, you can say dropped or non-dropped, which is what it actually is. But like saying expired and aged and auction and different people mean different things is not a good terminology. So I prefer just go everything aged now. This is better for the industry and for the understanding of the SEOs. And there are three uses: PBN, 301, and money sites. PBNs should have their golden age because AI content free, Cloudflare account, many name servers free, hiding of the IP, and who is hidden after GDPR. So it has never been easier. 2012, people were making so many PBNs, and it was damn hard to make a PBN. Some domains didn't have privacy. Privacy cost money in some places. You didn't have Cloudflare. You were supposed to use different hosting. It was so annoying. It was extremely annoying to have all of these hosting accounts and think about doing the domains here and there. It was just such a pain. And of course, you had to pay for content. Actually, if you want to do a PBN in a weird language like something Scandinavian, the highest expense was actually the content. for 10 articles, because an article in Swedish was costing like 30 euro per article.
Wow.
Yeah, because like there are no poor Swedes, you know. Even the Swedish freelancers are extremely expensive. So, it was so difficult to do PBNs, and people were doing them all the time. And then, like, they just got, I think, fed up with all of the maintenance costs and setup costs and all of the headache. And a lot of companies ditched PBNs because it became very easy to just buy guest posts endlessly. But PBNs and guest posts serve different purposes. Guest posts give you trust, like you get links from an authority website, but very little juice. PBNs give you a ton of juice, but little trust, because it's some not so powerful domain, but the link is from the homepage, so it gives a ton of juice. All of the juice basically that comes to this domain, be it a GR30, it comes to your website because it has no other outgoing link. So the juice is not going anywhere else. You're taking all of the juice. It's almost as if you do a redirect. So PBNs are super good for juice. The higher competition it is when your website is already authority, but there are like 100 authority websites fighting to, let's say, payday loans or whatever the super competitive keyword is, the juice would win. Juice is very important, especially for these keywords that don't have so much long tail, but they're just the fight is for this one keyword. And the juice, the heavy links with the anchor text will decide who gets the top. So PBNs should never go out of fashion. They should be actually in their best age, but somehow PBNs went kind of out of fashion for a bit. Now I think they're returning, but it's all like a cultural trend. It should be the best. It should be the best age for PBNs. 301s, I think they already had their golden age. Now they're still kind of working, but you should do them carefully. You cannot just do them like a few years ago, whatever you start with a 301, it turned to gold. It's no longer like that. So, but in more spammy niches, again, like gambling and adult, 301s still rule. And money site will always be dependent on finding a good domain. Because if you find a great domain that was in the exact same niche, name is also good. Sometimes it's even possible sometimes to have some leftovers of organic traffic, although this is very rare. But once you build a website and you try to stay as close as possible to the old website, you can still see great results, especially if the domain is more powerful. This is a one-time investment, so basically casting out $5,000 or $10,000 for a domain for your money site, if this project will be a six-figure project, is definitely a great deal.
Right. Now, so why do you think domain still works for SEO despite Google algorithm updates and all those restrictions? Why do you think they still works?
Well, first we have a lot of empirical evidence for this. It's not a theory thing. You can just see site on domains ranking everywhere. You know, all of the competitive niches, even in some spam niches. Domains that have nothing to do with the topic of the website. Let's say restaurant becomes casino affiliate website, ranks in the top. So it works. As to why it works, I'd say that Google has a hidden love-hate relationship with Gray Hat, specifically Gray Hat, not Black. The thing is, here's how Google would approach this. For Google, there are two types of websites. There are websites that would eventually spend money for Google Ads and ones that wouldn't. So if you think the website would eventually possibly spend money for Google Ads, it makes economical sense to tank their rankings because then they will be more motivated. They are no longer getting the free or cheap value from SEO, and they will be more motivated to spend for ads. But if this website, defined by its niche, types, and types such as affiliates or e-commerce or whatever, if Google's data shows that this website would never spend money for Google Ads, then Google is, fuck it, whatever. I don't care because I'm never getting a cent from those guys. So if they rank high or low, like the ads revenue is more important than the quality of the search because it brings money and we're already a monopoly. So we don't have to have super great SERPs. As you can see, as a Google user, SERP quality is not the best in this year, the last year. So from Google's standpoint, Google is like, okay, can they give us money, or will they never give us money? If the situation is they will never give us money, which is like all of the gambling and adults and other things that they just don't have ads, then Google is like, fuck it by default. Like everything works, because penalizing websites is an expense. You need editors to check the website. You need engineers, extremely expensive data engineers to make a better algorithm. And all of this costs money for Google. And each company, the main goal in the end is to have the best possible bottom line. So if you're never getting from the gambling affiliate $1 for ads, then why spend money to penalize their website, where who will come in his place? Another gambling affiliate. Like, what are you investing money to change? Like, all of those websites are just a bunch of reviews.
Right.
And okay, now there are a bunch of AI written reviews, but if you bump one website with an AI written review, comes another with an AI written review. So it just doesn't make sense as a company. Like, as a search engine, I get it, but as a company which has a bottom line, it doesn't make a lot of sense to invest into those to penalizing those who are so great that they will never run AdWords, which is most of the affiliates. But the Gray Hat, Google also needs them, because although it's secondary, the quality of the search is kind of important. And who ruins the quality of the search? It's not the Gray Hat, who had a big, nice affiliate website with good investment on reviews and everything. It's the Black Hat. So if you have some ultimate Black Hat strategy working, then you get a lot of stuff online, which is kind of bad for Google's reputation, because people know that people are doing it for Google. For example, if someone runs X Romer and places 2 million links on forums today, like, sooner or later people realize that they are doing it because of Google, and Google gets blamed for the spam. So Google doesn't like Black Hat. Black Hat is a pain in the ass. They would not get money from them, like at any point in the future, just like the Gray Hat. But the Black Hat is also a pain, because you get very ugly websites ranking. You like just basically hacking Google's algorithm, finding holes. And Black Hat is a problem. But ask yourself the question, if in some niche there is only Gray and Black Hat ranking, let's say casino affiliate in Indonesia, only Gray and Black Hat, Google tolerates the Gray Hat because they keep the Black Hats at bay. So even though Google knows that everyone uses CDNs and exact match anchors and all of those very, very Gray Hat strategies, still better than people hacking websites or doing massive amounts of spam. So for Google, it's less trouble. So Google kind of hates Gray Hats because they don't spend money on Google Ads, but also kind of tolerates them because otherwise Black Hat is much worse for Google as a company and as a search engine. And so you have these big gambling companies doing a lot of CDNs, buying a ton of links. But as long as they're big and Google sees some quality, like quality websites, like they're made beautifully, that UX is good, and so the content is not shitty, then Google is like, okay, here's an unspoken deal. You rank as long as you're big. So if you're big, you can get away with a lot more Gray Hat stuff, with a lot of more link buying, with a lot more PBNs, with a lot more SEO.Domains and redirect. As long as you're big, Google will not go after you, because you're kind of raising the quality of the search engine, and they know they will not get your money. But on the other hand, white hat stuff, if you're in e-commerce and you're having a good year, like, be sure that you're part of Google's data algorithm that says, this e-commerce is just at the best possible place to just being cut off from organic traffic. And since they already have an infrastructure, they have hired people and they need to sell, maybe they will turn to ads. So Google can very well ban completely white hat websites just in order to increase the bottom line. And that's the sad part. That people think that if they're white hat, they are somehow immune to bans. No, you become the primary target, actually. because
Right.
in Google's algorithm, you are the one who could potentially spend money for ads. The others, they are lost cause for Google. So when websites apply some SEO strategy, it should never be like white hat or gray hat. You should look at what the successful competition is doing. If the successful competition is doing only white hat, maybe Google is somehow aggressive to gray hat in this niche. But in most spammy niches where the big money are from the affiliate, Google is very tolerating gray hat. And if it's tolerating gray hat, you're trying to do it the white hat way. It's not that it's not possible. You're just it's going to be harder because gray
Right.
hat is more effective if you don't get penalized, obviously.
Right. Now, what are the key factors to look at before purchasing an H domain?
We look at the backlinks individually. So the metrics we use just for sorting, DA or DR, it's okay for sorting, just to remove the trash. And then I just look at the individual links, quality and quantity of the individual links. Are they links from top media, government organization, gov.edu links, all of those. And of course, the country matters if you're doing SEO in a specific country, and the niche matters if you're doing SEO in a specific niche. But don't think that just because you're doing casino affiliate in Norway, that the pool of domains that you can acquire will have casino domains in Norway. There will be none. So compromises have to be made with the niche and the country. Otherwise, it becomes prohibitively expensive or impossible at all to get any domain. So the searching for H domains is a compromise. You will never be able to find the perfect name if it's for a money site, and the perfect link profile, and power, and it to be clean, and the history to be clean, and to have the right country and niche, and for the links to be branded and pointing to the homepage, which is important. If it's for a money site to redirect, it's good to have more branded links and more links pointing to the homepage relative to subpages. Like, you will never be able to get all of those perfect at once. So it becomes a compromise. What can I live with? What is, let's say, 4 out of 6? Can I live with spam in the archive if the domain is still indexed and obviously not penalized? Can I live with the domain having an ugly name if everything else is perfect? Right? Can I live with all of those things? And you try to weigh your options. That's the good thing about SEO.Domains, because we are very good at catching the domains and not so good at selling them. That we have so many domains, we have more than 100,000 domains. So there's a lot of chances if someone is looking for a specific niche or country, but definitely the best place, even better than GoDaddy Auctions, because GoDaddy Auctions sells more domains than us. They sell them every day and they don't keep anything because they are an auction model. So at any given time, we have maybe 100 times more domain than GoDaddy Auctions. So with us, you can find something right away, while with GoDaddy Auctions, you have to wait a long time and look for a lot of domains in order to be able to get something that this is a good match. This is for money sites and for 301. For PBNs, it's more like just to extract the juice. You stop caring about the niche that much. You care about the country though, because if you're doing SEO in Sweden, you would want Swedish domains ideally. But still, it's still a compromise, because the Scandinavian countries, Canada, Australia, Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Thailand, and so on, they have such competitive internal market due to gambling, affiliates earning a ton of money, that it would be 10 times harder to get an Indonesian domain with, let's say, DR30 than a .com with a DR30. Okay, a .com with a DR30 on auction or at SEO.Domains would cost like $300, $400, $500, depending on the quality of the links. But in Indonesia, it will cost $5,000. So is it worth it overpaying that much just to have the local link? Or maybe you can try buy some cheap Indonesian pillow links, so Google knows that you're on the Indonesian website, and then just buy .com. Or actually, not even .coms. You can use domains from any country in any country. Let's say, for example, that the domain market in some countries is very underdeveloped. let me give an example. Okay, Argentina, for example, a lot of good H domains, not a lot of the good market. Economy is in shambles, so even gambling is not that profitable there. So you have Argentinian domains. You can get the Argentinian domains and use them in Indonesia. No problem at all. No issue. The problem is when the countries sell language. For example, if you get Canadian domains and use them in the UK, then Google will rank you in Canada. And because you don't sell stuff in Canada, you sell stuff in the UK, then it's a big problem. But if Google will only do this if they cannot determine the language of the website. Since the Indonesian website will be in Indonesian and in Argentina they speak Spanish, it's impossible to mix it up. So Google will always rank the Indonesian website in Indonesia. It's impossible to rank it in Argentina because it's a different language. So domains from anywhere can be used anywhere. The problem is that there are almost no countries left with cheap domains. Everywhere there's some local markets. Argentina is having huge economical problems. That's why it's one of the only examples I can give. But Japanese domains are thought of in Japan, like German domains are thought of in Germany, and crazy small countries like in Europe, countries like Bosnia, Moldova, like countries that are small and poor, even they have an internal market because like in Bosnia, 2 good domains will drop a month, and still there is some SEO going on in Bosnia, even though it's a small and poor country. So basically for these 2 domains a month, there's a big fight, which raises the price. And it's like this in almost every country now. Many years ago, country domains were easier to catch, and there was no market in this small country. So we persuaded people to buy country domains and use them in for .com or for in other countries which didn't have easy to access domains. But now it's actually the other way around. Now we convince people to use .coms in Indonesia because in Indonesian domains, like you will be amazed at some of auction prices. I recently saw a domain at, I think it was $80,000 in auction for a domain with, let's say, DR50. Yeah. Not 18, 80,000.
80. Yeah. Now, one quick follow-up question. So you said if you have an Indonesia website, you can buy a Argentina website, Argentinian. So what language then the person should build that Argentinian website? Is it for backlink? Does it need to be Argentinian or Indonesian?
Well, those gambling markets, they're very turn and burn. So basically the life cycle, whatever you do is a week. So you just bash your Indonesian casino reviews content on the Argentinian website and call it a day and start preparing the next one. So it's the cycle is very short there. That's why Indonesians use very large, disproportionately large amount of the H domains in the world. Maybe I'd say at least 20% of the H domains in the world are being used in Indonesia. They even buying the semi ones. Well, instead of having one website for, let's say, 5 years, you're having 50 websites this year, one for each week of the year. So imagine how many domains. Of course, they chain redirect them after the government banned them, because the problem is that the government is banning the gambling. So there needs to be more non-banned domains to act as money sites. Okay. And all of this creates a huge demand for domains. Actually, there was a period where the top 5 countries that bought domains from SEO.Domains were Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and I'm not sure which the 5th one was, but it was also Asia. So there was a moment after the helpful content update that all of the affiliates, the Western affiliates, were hit so hard. They were just hit so hard. They didn't know what to do, and it's still kind of this way for many of them. But at the same time, the Asian gambling affiliates, they were making up for this and more. We had an SEO order from someone in Vietnam who made a single order for $80,000 by not even saying a word to us. So no asking for discount, no communication, just going to our store and adding domains to cart adding
Wow.
domains for $80,000 in the cart and just making a simple shop order.
Wow.
And then paying and getting the domains and like no communication. Like if this was an European or American customer, they would like be asked for discount or something like, okay, making a big order, there's a big order here. I have some questions. No, just buy now. So these people are really now at the edge of what money can be earned with SEO. They are earning a lot, and a lot of the H domains go there. Also, their culture is use a lot of H domains and don't buy so many backlinks. It's a cultural thing because if the website has 1 week of life, there's no time to buy backlinks.
Right. Don't even index. Right. Now, are there any risk in using H domain, and if yes, then how do you minimize?
Well, I'd say PBNs are very low risk. Right? PBNs are the ultimate win. Like you create a PBN, you have one big initial cost for domains, but now hosting is cheaper due to Cloudflare, meaning you don't need different hosting. And also domain privacy is free. Also, domains are kind of cheaper because we had a lot of inflation. .com domain used to be $8, now it's 10, but we've had more inflation than this. And also, UK domain was £4, and now it's still £4. A lot of countries didn't raise the price, and now £4 is like ridiculously small amount of money nowadays to pay per year to maintain the domain. So domains also kind of got more expensive to acquire as H domains, but cheaper to maintain. And the annual renewal got cheaper relative to inflation. So the PBN cost, the ongoing cost of PBN is now extremely low. It's more expensive to get the H domains because the domain market became more competitive. But once you get them, you have a more expensive asset because this domain with the website that you're using to link yourself is an asset, and this asset is getting more expensive over time as the fight for domains gets every day it gets tougher. And you have an asset. This asset gives you ongoing value in terms of a very powerful link, and you can also sell links, and you can also use it to exchange links. So, and basically, what you pay for the domain is less than the asset you have, because once you put a website on the domain, it becomes an asset more valuable than the domain itself, even though the website is with AI content and you invested $5 in the whole website, but that still raises the value of the domain. So from a purely business economical perspective, just the best investment you can do. One-time cost, then very low maintenance cost.
Right.
You get ongoing value of three types. You can link yourself, you can sell links, and you can exchange links. So you get other more diverse links for your money website. So it's a huge win. I'd say it's very low risk. Also, because Google hasn't been aggressively taking PBNs, I think this thing that I said that Google seeing the gray cat as a field to black cat makes Google tolerate PBNs.
Yeah. So we're just running short of time. Sorry. So I have another segment for link building, but you can finish for 301. You were saying.
301s, as I said, already like past their golden age, but still work, especially in more time initiatives. With the money side, I'll be honest, it's a hit and miss. You may not win at all, but in the end, you can still resell the domain and get most of the money back if it doesn't work. But if you win big. That's the thing that you should always remember for H domains. When you win, there's no small wins. You always win big. Just the moment that Google accepts this huge value of the website with all of the links already pointing to it, immediately a big win.
Now, one small question before we wrap up this section. Is the spam score something which counts, or it's...
No, this spam score is a complete myth. If you look at the most documentation, it's a non-paid thing. It just sounds off-page, which is extremely confusing to people. They think it's correlated to the links, but it's just stuff on the website.
Now, let's move to the next section, which is going to be link building strategies that actually works. Link building has always been a crucial part of SEO, but we know it's not as simple as just getting backlinks. So let's dive into it. And what's your take on the most effective link building strategies today?
Basically, you need truth and trust, which are two different strategies. I'd recommend getting the juice from PBN, so maybe 301 ReadyRec. This is the easiest and cheapest part. and trust you can get from guest posts. And also on credits. Everything that you can put on a website with trust. Basically, I'm not an expert on trust link building, although we do have a marketplace for links. It's called meetup.com and it's going really well. But I'm not involved in day-to-day operations. I'm more of an investor there. Getting trust has never been my specialty because I started SEO in 2007 when trust didn't matter and everything was good. So I'm like my initial initiation in the SEO industry was how to fight for Jews. And I say that everyone knows trust is important. People buy guest posts. They try to get links from top media. They even do very complex and hard things like digital PR. And I say, okay, buy guest posts as long as it's a good investment of money for what you get. Or also do digital PR. Do anything that will get you trust, that will get you good trust cheaply. But also don't forget that trust alone will not get you far in very competitive niches, and you need juice. And people very often forget that they need juice. They buy a bunch of guest posts, website gets nowhere. Well, Google doesn't see any juice, any page rank flowing to you. These guest posts, it's 4 clicks from the homepage somewhere. Even if the website is powerful, no juice is getting to you. The juice is getting from the homepage links. So you need some of those too.
Now, what role do niche relevance and anchor text optimization play in a successful link building campaign?
This is largely dependent on the niche. In very competitive Gray Hat niches, like the casinos, you can be very aggressive with the anchor text. A lot of people are doing it and they are not getting penalized. It seems like that when everyone is doing it, it's fine. In more normal niches, I'd say it's better to be version on the safe side. Also, you can just use all of your like sub keywords for your anchors, and yeah, just don't overuse the same anchor. I would say this is very easy for Google to spot, unless of course you're in a very Gray Hat niche.
Okay. Now, what are the biggest challenges in scaling link building efficiently?
I think this is a challenge of scaling a team and processes. So we get out of the scope of SEO here. If you have a team of 50 brilliant people, they will be able to do everything on their own, and you just be the business owner. That's basically the dream. But of course, it's never that easy. But I highly recommend Matt Singer's like he has workshops and trainings, and now I think also a book is coming out or something. He is a super guru about scaling teams and businesses and processes. We have made a workshop with him, specifically for our company. We're very happy with his trainings and the results they brought.
Yes.
Basically, if you don't know how to scale a company, it's not hard. They are experts. It's not like rocket science. Basically, scaling SEO is scaling a company. You need to scale a team of people to do the SEO task.
Right. Now, how do you handle link acquisition at a scale, especially for agencies managing multiple clients?
Oh, well, it's again a process thing. Like a platform can help. For example, meetup.com, link building marketplace, has specific functions for agencies to manage all of the link buying in the same place. So the platform can help, but most bigger agencies have their own internal process of how to keep everything in order. You will probably need also some monitoring too, because especially with niche edits, they can just disappear overnight. So it's just processes, and again scaling with a team with good responsible people who can who just do the right job.
Now, do you think agencies should build in-house team or partner with specialized SEO providers to get better results?
Well, it depends on what you have available in-house. Basically, some things are great for outsourcing and some things are bad for outsourcing. The things that are great for outsourcing are the things where you outsource one provider, but there's also a lot of alternatives, so you're never dependent on this provider. This drives the price down and the quality up. For example, we all outsource crawling the web to Ahrefs or another company, and it's cheap. Why is it cheap? Because Ahrefs has competitors. Well, Ahrefs now got more expensive, but still we have choice. But if you compare Ahrefs, which analyzes the web for links, for let's say similar web, which analyzes the web for traffic, which are very similar services, and the difficulty is quite similar to getting this data. Similar web is ridiculously expensive. Why? No competition. So if you need data about non-organic traffic, basically just corporate buying on the competition, and you have only one company, and if you're a big Fortune 500 company, you can pay 6 figures a month to similar web. So if you think Ahrefs is expensive, or just take a look at similar web and you see what real enterprise data costs. Luckily, the link data that we use from Ahrefs or Majestic or Moz or SEOranking or the others, this data is there is competition, which means good quality data for a relatively low price. This is a good example of outsourcing. Like, it will be very impractical to crawl the entire web yourself instead of getting something for a few $100s a month. An example of bad outsourcing is to outsource, let's say, your whole digital PR effort. Let's say you do big plans, you want to do a lot of digital PR. Let's say this is 30 or 40% of your whole SEO activity, and you outsource all of the digital PR to one provider, and you don't even know of other good providers. Now, this will kind of make you dependent. So the question always should be, is it short-term dependency, which is fine, or long-term dependency, which will bring you down inevitably. So this is the outsourcing question.
At Page Traffic, we work with agencies worldwide who want to scale their SEO services without hiring an in-house team. Of course, white label SEO helps them focus on client relationships while we handle executions. Now, what's your take on agencies using white label services for things like link building?
Well, basically, if your whole model is to do it like this, if your whole, let's say your strength is customer acquisition, but you basically have a very basic SEO team, then of course, this is how you build your business. This is what you want, this is what you get. This makes you dependent, but you also didn't invest a lot because you're basically more of a middleman. In this case, it's fine because you're not trying to be someone you're not. So completely fine. But if you are kind of in the middle, kind of trying to build your SEO team, but also outsourcing, you may outsource the wrong stuff. So you should be careful because you're investing in your team, which is a lot of cost in time and money and effort. But also you're outsourcing some stuff. My experience is that if you're good at building a team, you'll be good at building a team for any SEO task, and then use this power and build a team and outsource only the technical stuff like the link crawlers and the data. If you feel that building a team is not your thing, no problem. Just outsource everything. Build your business on the idea that you only use outsourced services with all these advantages and disadvantages, and know what you are. But if you're in the middle and you don't know who you are as a business and you're confused, that's where problems arise.
Right, exactly. I see a lot of agencies we work with face the same problem. You need high quality scalable solutions without compromising results, and then you want teams which can scale, and then that's where the problem becomes. And of course, that's where the white label SEO comes in. You get trusted experts working behind the scenes while keeping full client ownership. And of course, if you are just starting or you're in the middle, it's the expansion gets very easy because now scaling with people gets little difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Now, yes. Now, what's the best way to combine age domain and link building for the maximum SEO effect?
I think with the age domain, you can fall into the trap that you get a very powerful domain, you put a website on it, or you redirect it, and then you wait. So this waiting is really suspicious for Google because usually, especially things are going well, a website could get more and more natural links and content and social signals and everything. So basically, if you do SEO with 8 domains, keep in mind that this is a huge like rocket engine that you're temporarily strapping to your website. So you need good website, and you need other links, and you need brand traffic, which can now also be simulated with bots, brand searches.
Right.
So you need everything to fall in line. Because when Google penalizes AI content, they don't actually penalize the AI content because they don't know it's AI. What they're actually penalizing is a website with 10,000 pages that has no links, no social
Right.
signals, no brand search. That's the problem. Not the AI content. Google has no idea what is AI, and they don't really care. Good AI content would rank. The problem is when you just shoot through the entire magazine and wait to see what happens, and then of course that's not natural. That's not how natural website growth looks like in the real world out of SEO and manipulation. So of course Google will they may not penalize, but they'll like sandbox you, slow your growth, and it will be harder to get off the ground there.
Right. Now, as we wrap up, let's talk future trends. Where do you see SEO heading in next 2 years?
I think that the AI, the free and good AI content will really transform everything, because SEO basically is giving money for free things, expertise, content, and links. Now content is free. What does this mean? Well, first, the internet will be flooded with content, obviously. In capitalism, whenever the price of something reaches zero, it's a flood. We already know this, but it still hasn't happened on the scale that it will happen. It will still people like brushing off the final touches of the huge that will follow with AI content. Still, for example, if you have one website with 1 million pages, it's an overkill because Google won't index them all.
Right.
If you have 1 million websites with one page each, it's also an overkill in the other direction because 1 million domains cost a lot, even if they're new domains.
Right.
But if you have 1,000 pages, 1,000 websites with 1,000 pages each, you're perfect. Because
Right.
then you can interlink, sell links, exchange links, do a lot of link stuff, but you're also having actual websites with 1,000 pages that can rank. So like you're getting the best of both. And it will take time for people to figure the balance that they should not do AI content with one website. They should do it with a lot. Keep them small and kind of separate. And some will make a breakthrough and rank, and then you can put extra link building efforts to them. And the rest, they will be just for selling links. And H-domains are, of course, perfect for this strategy. But it will take some time and a culture change for people to realize that that's how the big win looks. Right. But otherwise, obviously, when content gets free, the same money that's invested in SEO will go to links and to expertise. And expertise will take a different form, because if before the expertise was how to make your website okay on page and stuff, now basically everyone knows how to do this, so there's not really a lot of expertise. The real expertise will be how to fake the behavioral manipulation. So how to do CTR manipulation, how to search for your brand, how to buy some cheap traffic somewhere, redirect it to your brand search, but in a way that some people will still click on your website, not everything will just be empty searches. A lot of experimentation with traffic, with bots. That's the new wave of SEO coming, would be the CTR manipulation, but like done in a very rich and very natural way. Just like 20 years ago, you could put any link and it will help you, even link from a foreign site or whatever. And now we don't put any link to our website. We're trying to be diverse and natural. The same thing will happen with the CTR manipulation. Right now, we're still like in the super early ages where people are trying basically every possible crude approach. And then it would get into the nuances. So like use people logged into old Google accounts, doing very natural behavior on your website, then going to the competition, focus clicking back, going back to the SERP. Also, these bots will watch YouTube videos. They will be indistinguishable from a normal user to Google. It will be just like actual fake people online faking user behavior. And this is where SEO is going if Google keeps the nav boost algorithm. they may revert on this and go back to just links, which is kind of possible if the nav boost manipulation turns out to be impossible to stop.
Right.
But basically, if you are someone dealing with consents, well, tough luck, consent is now free. If you're someone dealing with links or H-domains, obviously link related, then I think good future. And if you're someone dealing with CTR manipulation, the fun is just starting. You're in the best possible place because this is going to be the greatest advancement. Right now, it's just for, let's say, for advanced SEO experts. In 1 or 2 years, it will be for everyone. Everyone not doing it will immediately go down.
Right. Kalin, this has been an absolute masterclass in SEO, domaining, and of course, link building. Before we let you go, where can our listeners find you and connect with you?
My name is Unique, so you can search me on all social media, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm most active in LinkedIn and Facebook. I also have the Die Grow Younger, let's say, book platform system. I don't know how to describe it. It's a very big interconnected self-improvement system, which is derived from my personal experience with the help of professional psychologists. It's absolutely free. It's non-profit. I don't even collect emails, leads, anything. It's I Grow Younger on YouTube and on Google. You can find it.
Okay.
And you can also find me anywhere, but I'm most active on Facebook.
Okay. Guys, if you find value in this episode, make sure to subscribe to the Agency Insider Show, leave a review, and share this with your fellow marketers and entrepreneurs. Kalin, thanks again for being here and giving me your valuable time.
Thank you too.
Thank you. And that's a wrap, folks. Catch you in the next episode.